What's up, guys? Danielle Alvari from VSiN here with Adam Burke from VSiN, discussing some MLB that we've seen so far a couple weeks into the season, and obviously something standing out to everybody, and this could be directly linked to the rule changes we've seen. Tons of overs happening in the Major League right now, close to 80 games to the over at this point with around 60 to the under, 4.69 runs per game being the average in the league. And just the other day, a full slate of games seeing 180 total runs scored. Again, we know there's a pitch clock now. The bases are bigger. There's no defensive shift. So is that explaining this, or what is going on with all these overs?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a few explanations. The first is that the Major League Baseball walk rate is the highest it's been since 2000. So, whether that's a byproduct of the pitch clock, maybe it's a, slippery ball in cold weather, it could be any number of things, but I think the pitch clock has a lot to do with it. So we're just getting a higher number of base runners in general. Also, as I look at the numbers here, 249 batting average is the highest since 2019. That was the year with the juiced ball where 4 teams topped the previous record for home runs in a season. So we are definitely seeing an uptick in offense in a variety of different ways, not to mention stolen bases are up in terms of chances and successful steals. And one other thing to kind of keep in mind is that so far this season, the bullpen strikeout rate is down a little bit from previous seasons. So maybe some more runs being scored off of the relievers, who are actually guys I think that have more issues with the pitch clock than starters do. So it's just kind of a perfect storm of a lot of different things here that are creating more offense early on in the season.
Well, I'm glad you used the metaphor perfect storm, because we have to talk about weather when we talk about baseball. And I know that you mentioned that with things getting hotter and the humidity, that we're going to possibly see even more scoring. So do you think this trend is just going to continue this direction?
I think there's a good chance. I mean, look, it's kind of funny. We're recording this on Wednesday, April 12th here, the hottest day across the league in Major League Baseball, and just no scoring in the day games, which is kind of ironic because we've seen so much offense otherwise. But yeah, I mean, generally speaking, April, especially in the cold weather cities in the Midwest, on the East Coast, all that, the ball just does not carry. It's just not going to carry with the atmospheric conditions. But as it warms up, temperature, humidity, those are two things that as they get higher, they're better for the carry of the baseball. So I think as we get into May, June, July, August, and probably the first half of September, we could definitely see more power than the last couple of seasons and probably see a much bigger run output as well.
Well, we know that you're going to keep us up to date on it because you cover baseball a lot over at vsin.com, so they can check you out there and they can follow you on Twitter at Skating Tripods. Thanks, Adam.
No problem.